Welcome Business 110, it's Mr. Rankin with hint number 2 on our project. Remember, our project is a simulation game where you own a business, you make all the decisions, you make all the pricing decisions, headcount decisions, financing decisions. Our first video was on cash as king. This one is on making sure you have the most talented or as talented employees as you can. Because talented people, talented employees tend to make your business successful. So what I've done here is laid out, remember we talked about different stakeholders, like employees are stakeholders, customers are stakeholders. I like this chart, it's not in the textbook, but I have a theory that, and not just me, a lot of people, that if you hire and get the best employees, they'll take care of your customers. If your customers are getting lots of revenue and earnings, they'll take and keep the owners happy, which would keep your suppliers happy because you'll have a consistent forecast, which will keep the government happy because you'll be profitable in paying taxes. You'll be able to give back to the community. That'll keep the community happy. And hey, where do you get your best employees from? From the community. So having the best employees is critical to any business, and it's critical in this game. And if I make a quick sports analogy, like I kind of think if you're a basketball fan, you understand that the Dukes and Carolinas and even the NC States, for the NC State fans, they get pretty good ball players. They get pretty good employees. They treat those employees very well. They give them good facilities, right? And because of that, the customers, the fans are happy if they win. The fans are happy, the administration's happy, on down the line. It's very difficult if you've been a manager and you've got poor employees, it's very difficult to be successful. It's a lot easier to be successful with talented employees, and if it's a sport analogy, good ball players. So we have to do a little sport analogy here and take a look at a little bit of basketball. They've only won once, so I'm a fan, so you have to bear with me. All right, enough of that. On to the game. So how do I utilize this in this simulation game? So the first thing you do is you go to the tab of whether you want to hire employees or not. One's hiring, zero's not hiring, a negative number is actually firing. But you get to choose, and I encourage you to do this right-hand square, not percentage increase, actual number of increase of engineers or salespeople. And you put right in there whether you want to hire, how many engineers you want to hire, and how many salespeople you want to hire. Now, one thing to keep in mind, you start out with 4 engineers and 1 salesperson. If you hire 10 more salespeople, what tends to happen, and no engineers with it, or keep that ratio of 4 to 1 kind of the same, what ends up happening is you've got people making sales, but nobody in the back office producing it. Kind of like this video that is a famous episode from way back, probably before all your times, but it gets the point across what happens when you potentially have an unbalanced workforce. Too many salespeople and too few engineers in this example.
Oh, this is easier. Yeah, we can handle this okay. Listen, Ethel, I think this...
All right, now the second tab you need to keep track of will be on your talent. Is a tab up at the top called HR. It's going to tell you all of these different metrics, like if you're a valuable, people consider you a good place to work. Now what's going to determine whether they consider you a good place to work? What's your compensation? What are your benefits like? All that stuff goes into this game, and if you don't have good employees, you have a high turnover rate. Turnover rate means people quit. What percentage of the people quit? If people quit, out walks the door a lot of experience, you can't do as much cost reduction as fast, the quality of your product goes down. That's another reason why it's so critical to have good employees. Now, the last little piece is you get how you compensate them. You get to decide all of that. So 100%, how are you compensating relative to the industry? 100% means you're paying exactly what the industry pays. 110% means you're paying 10% more than the industry average. In addition to straight compensation, you have the option to give grants, which is to grant your employees a percentage of the business. You have the option to give them stock options, and you have the option to do profit sharing. And these little green or blue buttons, if you click on them, it expands it and tells you exactly what those things are. That's what I like about this game. Everything is explained in those little blue keys. All right, so a couple things. Having good talent is critical to the success of your business and the success in this game. So a couple things. Make sure you balance and try to keep the ratio of engineers to salespeople around 4 to 1. Try to make sure you're compensating people in a reasonable way. And lastly, try not to grow, this is true of all businesses, try not to grow too rapidly. There's a tendency if you grow too rapidly, you might run out of cash. Hey, it's your turn now. Go out with these tips, play the game, make sure you use the tip, but even more importantly, make sure you understand why you use the tip. Make sure you understand why in any business, a startup business, a business that's already up and running, having the best employees is critical to your success. Remember, you want to attract, develop, retain, and reward the best employees. Hey, hope this tips helps. Any questions, of course, let me know. Hey, thanks. Have a great day.